Hi friends, today we are prepping the garden for winter. So we've already removed our calendula plants in an attempt to save them. One did break just because the stems were so brittle, and we have one here. And what we're going to try to do is maybe save some of these pepper plants over the winter in the hopes that maybe they finish a little bit of their production. We'll be leaving some plants out, like the broccoli, just because it does seem to be doing okay despite the frost we had. And the rest of the pepper plants that we want to keep, we're going to be cutting them down pretty much to where they originally branch off, and then putting them in the pots that we have and keeping them over winter. So that way, when we plant them again in the spring, they'll hopefully have a bit of a head start. And so we have a whole bunch of these that we do want to do, especially the bell pepper plants that got really good stems down at the base. I have a little bit of a last harvest here. Pretty much everything is green and small. So we're just going to cook with these. It's just some green tomatoes, some green peppers, and there's one little eggplant at the bottom. But the squirrels pretty much demolished all of our other bigger tomatoes. Not really the peppers so much, but this is definitely what we have left. I've also taken 3 tomato sprigs that looked the healthiest, and I'm going to try to put them in water, see if they develop root systems, and then maybe plant them in a pot inside and see if they do anything over winter. Leave a comment down below if you have any experience with this, if it's worked, or if it's kind of a hopeless case. What we're doing to keep these plants over the winter, these peppers, is cutting right where it splits off here, and then we'll remove any bottom leaves, and then we'll keep this portion in a bucket of soil over winter inside. All right, folks, so it's a couple days later. This is what the garden looks like now. We put a layer of compost and leaves and sticks on it, and we left the Swiss chard, the broccoli, the Brussels sprouts that never really grew. Today I'm gonna be pulling up the really tiny beets. So we'll see what those look like. They look pretty pitiful. And then it looks like everything died here in the last cold. I was seeing if the eggplants would survive, but they didn't. Okay, so here we have, wow, beet number 1. And, beet number 2 never really even grew. Let's see, our 3rd beet here. Similar size. Okay. We've got, wow. You can tell we were really successful in growing beets. And there is one left over there, but I'm gonna leave that one for now. And yeah, cook with my 3 amazing beets here so that make a hearty meal. All right, so this is the setup that we have inside, and we're actually using the UV light from the Arrow Garden to try and keep these plants alive. So this is the Arrow Garden here, and here's the UV light kind of shining down on these plants. The calendula did make it, however, the tomatoes did not. But this is what we're trying to keep and save over the winter. The rest of the pepper nubs are downstairs in the basement in buckets. But we wanted to keep these plants a little warmer. I did find a woolly bear outside in the cold, so I brought him in so he'd be a little warm. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.